Okay, now let's talk about some other topic I want to address. It's not about chimpanzees, Joe, okay? Haha, I mean, it comes quite close to it, but damn, I really shouldn't have said that. Joe, sorry. So let's talk about Trax NYC. I mean, I've been looking at this guy for some time now. Basically, it's a half-Jewish, Azerbaijani-born American businessman, or in better words, jeweler based in New York City. Oh, and he also speaks Russian. And to be more specific, his business runs out the Diamond District, one of the most expensive streets in New York City, of course, and he has some tamper. Oh, boy. I tell you, but we will get to that in my further explanation. Regardless of that, because of his internet presence, he has become one of the, if not the most influential guy on that street. How did I come across this diamond-selling postmodern psychopath, you might ask? Well, I was shopping for some jewelry online, thinking of nothing evil, and little did I know 2 hours later this mental man screams and yells on my For You page. I'm sure you know already, but I've been a clinical psychologist for over 15 years, and I can tell you, this is one of the most aggressive and brutal mental synaptic epilepsies I've ever witnessed. I mean, I really shouldn't laugh, but look at this guy. I'm talking about severe mental breakdown at the expense of others, like you can't imagine. There is one video of him just standing in a closed room in front of two guys he had business with, recording himself with his own phone, going completely nuts over 3% they took from him. And you know what's the best thing about it? He himself uploaded that video online. Okay. Let's just say it found its way to YouTube. Just look at the videos and you know what I'm talking about. Now, what really caught my eye was one of his recent videos at that time. He basically reacts to a YouTuber that questions his business. To be more specific, that YouTuber questions Trax NYC's silver jewelry prices. I think it was a gemstone YouTuber from Germany, and the YouTuber just completely destroyed this postmodern scam diamond-selling lunatic. Just so you know, these little diamonds in your jewelry hold little to no value after retail. But that's another story. By the way, he explains that also in his videos. Oh yeah, quite decent information this young kid is giving out, by the way. Let's get back to what this gem expert guy had to say about Trax, okay? Trax NYC basically tells the whole world that he would love to sell Gucci flip-flops that have a production cost of $10 and retail that just how Gucci is doing it, with a 20x margin for $200 US. Now, in the next sentence, he implies that he doesn't even want to be in this shithole, the Diamond District. Now this kid, Florida_jewelry and some number I can't remember, by the way, he changed his name to the Gem Expert, addresses this by making a video saying that Trax NYC now completely lost his mind, and rightfully so. Haha. Now you ask yourself what's next. It took some time, but couple months after the Gem Expert made that video, Trax NYC responds to him with a whole video advertising his silver jewelry, calling him a light bulb. I mean, seriously? Of course, he tried to justify selling a $3 scrap value silver ring for $200 US, but he couldn't really make any good point to justify it. And guess what he did? Yes, he offended the gem guy, calling him a bullshit artist. You know, Joe, I wouldn't even be talking about this stupid stuff here, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. This is the exact behavior we find in several mental disorders. It's an impulsive emotional distress in a reactive environment that doesn't go according to his desires. And guess what? The outcome is what we see, an uncontrolled rage that almost make this man burst into flames. Quite frankly, he might just should have watched some of the Gem Expert's videos and could have learned something to calm his inner demons. Yeah, don't get me started with social interactions this Trax NYC guy has. He is having squirrels. Yes, Joe, squirrels. He calls them schmoopies. I mean, I rarely have seen so many mental disorders. Joe, let's just say that mental institutions should have an eye on this guy. I could tell you more about this guy, but it's a lot to talk about. You reacted to one of his jewelry pieces. Yes, the Flossie Carter Medusa head pendant. Let's just see how the audience reacts, and I will be more than open to talk more about this squirrel-loving lunatic. It was an honor. Thank you, Joe, for having me.